Hey, good morning guys, it's Joe from Joe's Talking, and I gotta tell you, after 90 days of living with the DJI Pocket 3, I still love this thing. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you have heard about the DJI Pocket 3, but just in case this is your first video of the DJI Pocket 3, I'm honored, and these are some of the specs of the DJI Pocket 3. So now after 90 days of living with the DJI Pocket 3, let's talk about the build quality, because that's something I was actually concerned about. Of course, it's got a little gimbal. You've got this screen, right? This thing, I was a little worried about whether or not it would, it would break. Luckily, it's been fine. The thing is, it's tiny, but it feels robust. It feels really solid. Although I thought I would break it, I still haven't broke it yet. There are some things you can do to curb your anxiety about breaking this thing, and I'll talk about that in the accessories. The gimbal has been flawless, and I highly recommend you get the creator combo, because I've actually really enjoyed the microphone, the tripod, the extra battery. Another thing I want to talk about is the fact that this thing is still backordered. And if this thing is still backordered, that means it's pretty darn good. I ordered mine in October of 2023. I didn't get it till January of 2023.
No, that doesn't make sense.
I ordered mine in October of 2023, and I didn't get it till the end of December in 2023. That's got to tell you something, right? Everybody loves this thing. Everybody's using it. Now let's talk about what this thing is like to vlog with. Is this even gonna show up? Let's see if this will show up. So you double tap, and then, I tap on my face right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is the one thing about this camera that is just insane. The ability to face track is huge, especially if you're a solo filmmaker. You're holding this camera out, you're always in frame, the gimbal is nice and smooth, the footage is 4K, it's exceptional, it's kind of idiot-proof.
You idiot!
I can be an idiot. Ask my wife. I love the ability. I love the ability to set it down, have it track me. Then you're not just a talking head all the time. You can get full body shots, and then when you add in the creator combo with the microphone, you add in the wireless mic, and you can be anywhere. I can hide this thing in the bushes. That's the other thing, is if you're a vlogger, but you don't want to go around doing this all the time, you can just set the sucker down and vlog from anywhere. And people will most likely just think you're on the phone.
Mookie, get off the phone!
Another thing I love is how small it is. It's pretty small. You used to have to carry a big rig to get that beautiful 4K 24, and it's a fixed aperture of 2.0, so there's a little separation from the background, and it looks great. That's the thing that they nailed about the DJI Pocket 3 over some of the past ones, is that this thing looks fantastic. I had the DJI Pocket 1. Number one, it was too tight on my face, and number two, there was no separation, and the quality was okay. But 4K 24 on this thing, looks good. Okay guys, so let's talk about the battery life of the DJI Pocket 3. Number one, this thing charges really fast. It's a very fast charging battery. Number two, the one thing I learned after using this thing for a while is the best way to preserve your battery. Just swipe down and go into the, what is that thing called? It looks like a sun. Set the brightness. That is the absolute best way to preserve your battery. You don't need the screen to be super bright. I usually drop it down to about 15% or 20%, and that really helps with the battery life. Now let's talk about the value. I got the creator combo, like I said. I think it was like, what, $650, $700? And I know that's not cheap. It's not cheap. The closest thing that I've found that gets to that sort of quality is the Sony ZV-E1, and it's so much more. You gotta get the lens, you gotta get the camera, you gotta get the microphone. This all-in-one package is really great. So I think for $650, $700, whatever the heck this thing costs, let me know in the comments below if you think it's a rip-off, but for the 4K 24 and the 2.0 aperture, it's hard to beat. Hey guys, so if you're like me, when you buy a new piece of gear, the first thing you do is say, hey, I just spent a lot of money. Why don't I spend more money? So you look up the accessories. So I've looked up a lot of accessories, and some of them you need and some of them you really don't. So I'm gonna give you my 4 favorite accessories that I feel are important to me, and maybe they'll be important to you. Okay, so the first one is this little thing here. It's by PULUZ. If you have the creator combo and you want to put a tripod on the bottom, you need to use this adapter. It's got a 1/4 20 on the bottom, and it's got a USB-C on the back, right? This also has a USB-C on the side and a 1/4 on the bottom. Let's look at the size difference. I'd say that's a win, right? And when you're trying to minimize space, every inch counts. Every inch. Again, this is by PULUZ, and I will link it in the description below. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is this little contraption right here. It is by Sunny Life, and it is a magnet. This is a magnet. Now, I love this thing. You just snap it on right there. Securely get that on there. And then this thing pops out right here. Number one, you can use that as a tripod. You no longer have to carry the tripod if you have this, so that's a good thing. The other thing is once it snaps in like that, this is also a magnet. So this will magnetize to whatever you need it to. You can set it on a mailbox, you can set it on a metal door or a telephone pole, and then you can vlog away. And if you have the creator combo and you have the mic, you set that there, and this thing will stick anywhere. And then with the face tracking, you can make your video. You don't need a tripod, you don't need another cameraman. It's perfect. Highly recommend it. Again, it's by Sunny Life, and I will link it in the description below. So one thing that bugs me about the creator combo is that it does come with a case, but this case, it's just a little too small. So Ulanzi has this case. Can you guys see that one? Ulanzi has this case. It is ever so slightly bigger. It has the same interior as the other one. It's got these little pockets for ND filters, but it's just a little bit bigger. But for me, the thing that I like the most is it's got these little loops right here, these loops here. And you can take these loops and you can put them on your hip, you can put them on your belt, which I know isn't the coolest looking look. The coolest looking look? It's not the coolest look, it is convenient. So those of you who are out there to look cool, this may not be the channel for you. But if you're out there for convenience, I like this. Again, this is by Ulanzi. I will link it in the description below. So my favorite accessory of all is this. It is the cheapest and it is my favorite. This is by Sunny Life. This is just a little plastic piece that goes over your DJI Pocket 3. Let me just show you here. It covers all the essentials. It covers the front, right? Covers that beautiful glass screen. And it also covers the back. Unlike this one that came with the DJI Pocket 3, right? This is what comes with it. And this is the little plastic piece. I think it's like 12, 13 bucks. If you have the DJI Pocket 3 and you don't buy this, you're an idiot. Sorry, that wasn't very nice. You're not an idiot, but just get it. I mean, come on. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you have any anxiety about breaking the gimbal or hurting the gimbal and the glass screen, this will protect it. You stick it in your pocket and you're good. I gotta say, all in all, 90 days later, I am still in love with this thing. And I'm filming right now on the Sony ZV-E1. The truth is, I think my Sony ZV-E1 is getting jealous because I haven't used it. And I picked it up yesterday and I was like, holy shit, I gotta use this thing. That's why I've been using that to shoot this video about this camera. Now don't get me wrong, I think the Sony ZV-E1 edges out the DJI Pocket 3 in image quality. It should, it's a bigger sensor. I notice it, but I bet you anything that nobody would notice the difference between this camera and that camera. At least not just normal people. You know, us pixel peepers or us camera people will notice. But actually that'll be my next video. I'll do that in the next video. I will compare these two cameras and let's see what you guys think. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps you make an educated decision if you have not picked up the DJI Pocket 3, and I will see you in the next video.